Hey legends, welcome along to a new video, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to deal with people that are just angry at the world. It's something that, if you're like me, a content creator, it's not something that you're a stranger to. It happens regularly enough, and even out in the real world at the moment in 2023, everybody's under a lot of pressure, and there are people just, throw a stone and you're going to find someone that's just angry and willing to start a fight over next to near nothing. It's just an unfortunate part of life at the moment. So I'm going to give you a few tips now on how to deal with someone that's just angry. Tip number 1 is to stay calm and composed. When you're dealing with someone that's angry, it's important to try and remain as calm as you can. Try not to react emotionally to their behaviour, as this will just escalate the situation. Tip number 2, listen actively. Show the angry person that you're truly interested in what they have to say. Pay attention to their words, the tone of voice that they're using, the body language. This can help them feel heard and understood. Tip number 3, validate their feelings. Acknowledge the person's feelings and show empathy towards them. You don't have to agree with their perspective and how they're behaving, but you can acknowledge that they're entitled to their feelings. Tip number 4, avoid getting defensive whenever you're in a situation with a person like this. Don't take their anger personally or become defensive. Remember that their anger, that's not about you, but rather their own personal internal struggles. Tip number 5 in dealing with an angry person is to try and find some common ground. Look for areas of agreement and common ground that you might have with this person. This can help build a sense of rapport and de-escalate the situation. Tip number 6, offer help or support. If appropriate, offer to help the person in some way or provide them with resources that may be useful. This can demonstrate that you're there to support them, and it may help diffuse this anger. Tip number 7, and the most important one to remember, is to know when to disengage. In some cases, it might be necessary to completely disengage from the situation if the person's anger is becoming too intense, or they become verbally or physically aggressive. Your safety should always be a top priority. Alright guys, so there is 7 tips on how to deal with someone that's just angry at life. I hope these helped you, and if you go through them, chances are you'll probably end up making a friend out of the majority of these people. They genuinely feel that you know exactly where they're coming from. You can turn them around. They come at you as a hater at the start, but you could turn them around and probably end up with a good friend out of it, because some people that get angry at you, they're getting angry because of the fact that you're so similar to them and you're doing something that they perhaps wish they should be doing. That's where the anger comes from, particularly if you're an online creator like myself. But I would also stress this as a bonus tip: don't be afraid of hitting that block button on someone if they just prove to be the sort of person that's just intent on destroying you as an individual, because it does happen. It has happened to me a few times in the past, and one of the best things I did was remove a few people from even accessing the stuff that I do. I'm pretty sure they're still watching on anonymous accounts, but it is what it is. When it comes to the internet right now, guys, I know we all as creators, we want to try and welcome everybody in as best we can, build an audience, but if someone is really coming at you and trying to destroy you in real life, would you actually open the front door of your home to them and let them come in, sit down and watch your TV, eat your food, that sort of stuff? Of course you wouldn't. You wouldn't let that sort of person through the door of your house, and you need to start treating your internet, social media accounts like that as well. If they're intent on destruction, you need to get them out of there. So, hope this helped you, and next week we'll come back for some more goodness.